Treasure hunters have called it the holy grail of shipwrecks, and now it's been found. Colombia says it has located the Spanish galleon San Jose and its cargo, sunken treasure that could be worth billions. Now the Colombian and Spanish governments, as well as a U.S. salvage company, are fighting over who has legal claim to all that loot.
Let's learn more from CBS News legal analyst Rikki Klieman and underwater archaeologist Paul Johnston. He's a curator of maritime history at the Smithsonian Institution. He joins us from Washington. Good morning to both of you.
Good morning.
I want a piece of this treasure, if there is any.
There's enough.
You and everyone else.
I know, that's the problem. Paul, let me start with you. Tell us about the San Jose and its history.
Well, the San Jose was a Spanish flagship that was escorting some treasure from Panama over to Colombia, and then was going to get into a bigger convoy, and then go up to Havana, Cuba, into a bigger convoy, and then come back to Spain. And there was a little British patrol of 4 warships hovering off the Colombian coast looking for trouble. And San Jose and her little fleet went out and engaged with them. And unfortunately, the British did what they didn't really want to do, and that is they engaged San Jose. Now, when you want to capture a treasure ship, you don't start firing guns at it because you might sink it. And that, of course, is what happened. San Jose blew up, all of her powder blew up, and she went down in a matter of minutes during the engagement. So that was unfortunate. The captain was rewarded and knighted for that, but in fact, he probably shouldn't have done what he did.
So, Rikki, you have all that treasure sitting at the bottom, and then you have it's located. At one point, it sounds like some of the 3 were working together. What changed? When did they start fighting about who owned all that loot?
Well, the fighting starts fairly quickly. You're dealing with Paul's history, which is well said, back in 1708. We go all the way to around 1981. There's a company from the U.S., a salvage company called Sea Search Armada. And Sea Search Armada gets Colombia's permission to go look for possible sunken treasure. This is part of the law of the sea. You need permission of the government. And we all say location, location, location. Right. It's within the territorial waters of Colombia. So Colombia and the Sea Search Armada seem to be good friends here. Right. They're going to split it 50-50. At some point, they get an agreement where they're going to get 35% as a finder's fee, and then the litigation begins. Right. Ultimately, the people in Colombia in Parliament said, 35%? I don't think so. I think we'll reduce it to 5% by law. Sea Search Armada keeps suing in the U.S., and ultimately it looks like, according to Colombia, oh no, location, location, location again. Right. It's 2015 now. We find the ship. It's not really, they say, where Sea Search Armada said it was. So let me not make the picture quite so simple. Enter the picture, Spain. And Spain is really significant. Paul will tell you also why. But Spain, in the law, Spain seems to have a pretty good record here.
So, Paul, I mean, are we pretty sure that this actually is the ship they found, 1? And 2, do we really know how much gold and jewelry is on it?
That's a very good question. Some of the media sources say that the Colombian government believes that it has cannon, that it has Spanish olive jars from the period, but so do many other shipwrecks. Colombia also claims to have several hundred shipwrecks on its shores. So, first thing you got to do is identify the ship. And Colombia is saying that it's the ship, but they have not shown any of that evidence, what are called diagnostic artifacts that diagnose that ship to that period. I want to see coinage that predates 1708, or gold that predates 1708 when the ship went down. If there's later coinage on it, then it's a later ship and it's not San Jose.
I mean, hearing $4 to $17 billion, it's pretty unbelievable. In the last 20 seconds, what happens in this legal battle here?
The lawyers will continue, but I'll tell you what, Spain has precedent on its side. It's had a case in the U.S. with a ship called the Mercedes, another one called La Galga. And in each case, Spain says, look, this was my ship. You were only a colony. You barely existed. And ultimately, Spain has won. Right, so don't count Spain out.
Okay.
And now Anthony wants a piece, too.
Yeah. I found it. Rikki Klieman, Paul Johnston in Washington, thank you both for being here this morning.